So here the interest in the first year would be 10% of that initial principal. And that would be 2 zeros, and then that would be 21,000 rupees. Now we're paying a part of the principal here. So let's say we paid P towards the principal. So the total amount you need to pay is principal plus the interest. And that needs to be the same for both years, both first and second years. Now in the second year, you've already paid P rupees towards the principal. So your new principal is 210,000 minus P, and you'd be paying 10% interest on that. And if you write this, the interest would be 21,000 minus 0.1 P. So that's just the interest. Now we'll need to pay the remaining principal, which is 210,000 minus P. And so that's the remaining principal, and that needs to be the same as what was paid the first installment in the first year. So this is really the condition to find what P is, and then once we know P, we can figure out X, which is really the equal installment. So that these two drop out, these move to the other side, and they become 2.1 P. That's 210,000. And then if you divide this by 2.1, it conveniently comes out to 100,000. And that means that that equal installment is P plus 21,000, so it's 121,000. And that's the answer. You can check your work. I mean, in the exam, if you absolutely need to make sure, then you'll have to pay 21,000 interest. That means the remaining amount, 100,000, goes towards the principal. And if you subtract that, you'll end up with 110,000 principal at the beginning of the second year. You'll need to pay 10% interest on that, which is 11,000. And if you add those two, you get exactly 121,000, which is what you paid in the first year and needs to be paid in the second year, the second installment. So, I mean, it is a little bit of a tricky question. You just have to kind of read it carefully and also maybe cross-check if you have time in the exam. But that's the answer.